Becky's, did you know there's a hair product in South Korea that will turn your hair into tentacles and they'll fucking rape your asshole?
Wow. What about you, Angie?
Well, I heard that there's a frog in Tokyo.
What's it called?
Toadkyo. It's terrifying.
That is terrifying. It's a giant toad?
Yeah. Wow. What about you, Becky?
I hear that there's a legend that South Korea won't win the League of Legends World Championships this year.
No!
Faker!
Hey everybody, welcome to The Rotation That's Free. I'm Bobbles. Today I am joined by Beckles, the brown lady.
Sorry, I think I pooped my pants, whatever that noise was that came from your phone.
And then I'm also joined by our Fuhrer, Angela.
Toad Heil.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Today we are discussing spooky Asian myths, legends, and of the urban variety.
Did you call Angie a fur, but we're talking about Asian stuff?
A fear.
Yeah.
Fuhrer.
That's why I
Okay,
said
she's
Toad.
emperor then. Fuck. I was trying to be culturally sensitive.
Oh, but we're talking about Asian urban legends.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Today
Okay.
we each got about 3 or 4 examples and their history because Becky did the most research and I spent like 20 minutes on mine.
I like to be over-prepared.
You should have been born as an Asian.
I should have been.
She
No,
was.
Indians.
Spoiler alert.
Indians are close to are Asians, right? Technically.
Middle Easterns are in Asia. Yes, Bobby. Thank you for pointing out geography. I appreciate it.
I saw it on a placemat once.
Start us off with your top 3 scary, spoopy Asian urban legends.
My first one is Tomino's Hell. This popular story is about a poem called Tomino's Hell.
Oh.
Who would have fucking thought?
Who'd have thunk it?
They say you should only read it within your mind and never out loud. If you were to do so, then you must take responsibility for your actions.
Okay.
According
What
to
if you read it out loud in your mind? Like you picture yourself reading it out loud.
your butthole explodes.
Sweet. That's all I wanted.
According to the legend, if you read this poem out loud, disaster will strike. At best, you'll feel very ill or injure yourself. Becky reads it every time she walks over a curb.
God damn it, Bobby. Seriously?
And at worst, death.
Dun, dun, dun.
The meaning of this poem is up to interpretation, but the most common summary is that a boy named Tomino is in love with his younger sister. Ew, incest.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, that took a weird ass turn,
It's
literally.
what it is. I don't know. And he loses his soul. Within the loss of his soul, Tomino descends into hell, which may be a metaphor for war. It's a whole thing. It was right during when Japan was invading China and stuff, so it was a whole thing imaging.
So he fell in love with his younger sister
sister.
and loses. Well, you should lose your soul over that. I think that's a little strange, but okie dokie,
Hey,
we're not
come
in
on.
Alabama.
It happens all the time in Japanese animes.
Oh, aren't they like step relatives half the time though?
Not always,
Not
Becky.
always.
I like to watch wholesome animes.
It's never wholesome.
A Silent Voice was really good, by the way, guys. Just
By the
FYI.
guys. By the guys' way.
Did you just assume my gender?
Yes, she
Sure.
did.
Sure.
Wow.
When the movie
Okay, Trump.
Denin ni Sishu was
Bless you.
yes, Achu was released in 1974, Terayama Tsuji took inspiration from the poem to make the film. He later died. There are also rumors of a female university student dying after reading the poem out loud.
Now, what I have noticed, Bobby, is you have not included said poem in your notes.
God fuck no, I'm not reading that shit.
Did you actually read the poem?
Yes, I read it out loud. I'm not a fucking idiot.
You did not read it out loud?
Correct. I'm not fucking playing with fire. Fuck that, just in case I'm wrong. That's all I need. Shit.
You didn't see Angie's look at me where she's like, I'm going to find this
I
poem.
knew
If you read it out loud on the podcast, I'm leaving. I'm not fucking dying.
I'm not gonna do it, Bobby.
You can do it with just Becky around because she'll
In
break
private.
it. Yeah.
I'll turn on the spirit box and I'll be like, Tina Mino's help. What's time?
Well, okay, so that brings up a different point. Okay, totally off.
What if a ghost read the poem?
Not a ghost, but even like a robot.
Well, it's gonna have a faulty wire and die.
Yep. It's gonna go Skynet on us.
So yeah, well, okay, so what happens if a ghost reads it?
I don't fucking
They're
know.
already dead. What do they care?
I don't make the rules.
They're probably walking around reading it every day.
Maybe
True.
that's who created it. All right, go
Well,
ahead.
speaking of the creator, yet the poem's creator Saijao Yaso, lived to 78, 51 years after creating the poem. He read it out loud numerous times. Does Tumina's hell have any supernatural qualities? That's for our listeners to decide.
His name is Yaso. He put up a wind wall and blocked death coming
Oh,
League of
legend
Legends.
joke. High five, girl. Yeah.
in. We know.
So
I don't get the context. High five for me.
Yay,
Well,
Bobby.
okay, so
No,
that
I
brings
do.
up a
I know a
good
little
question. Like, you're the creator of the actual poem did not actually die reading this poem, so what makes it haunted?
Well, he created the curse, so
Isn't there's also it's something similar to isn't there a song called like Rainy Sunday or some
gloomy, Sunday,
in-
gloomy Sunday.
oh yeah, in American culture that if you listen to the song it
Yes.
makes you want to like kill yourself, which
Suicide.
to be fair the song is actually kind of depressing,
Well,
so
he wrote it after his girlfriend
Oh.
committed suicide.
That's what happens when I listen to Kenny Loggins.
the danger zone.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of Kenny G.
That's what I'm thinking. No, I'm thinking of Kenny G, not Kenny Loggins. Danger Zone's fine. Yeah.
We got to the right answer soon.
We did it, Obama.
Okay, so what else do you got for us, Bobs?
Akamanto. Akamanto is a Japanese urban legend. Who would have thought? About a masked spirit, ghost, or yokai. Oh, no, it's up to interpretation. It wears a red cloak and appears to people using toilets in public or school bathrooms.
I did say in the group chat that a lot of these urban legends,
Yep.
as we were going through them, involve the use of a bathroom.
Oh, if he visits me in the bathroom, he's gonna fuck up, man. He's gonna smell the devil's juice coming out my liquid coming out my asshole.
Look at
He's
Yeah.
dressed like a pad.
Yeah.
Red.
Yep. Essentially.
Hey,
Hey, girl, you get some red stuff coming out your vagina? I got
you can
got
use my cloak.
Exactly.
Nobody could tell. I just picture like somebody from The Handmaid's Tale walking into the
Ooh,
bathroom.
Yeah. Some of them women's are hot. Anyway, in some versions, he will ask if they want red paper or blue paper, though in others, he divides the choices as a cloak or a cape instead.
That's kind of weird.
I know. I kind of want like a red cloak or a fucking blue cape. That'd be kind of dope. But if they choose the red option, they will be killed in such a manner that their corpse will be drenched in their own blood.
Dun dun dun.
If the individual chooses the blue option, the consequences range from that person being strangled to all the person's blood being drained from their body.
Okay.
Just say
Yeah,
no.
Oh, no, we got this.
I just use my hand at this point.
Asking for a different color will result in the person being dragged to hell.
Oh, fuck. You can't.
They must ignore the spirit, run away, or reject both options in order to survive.
Oh.
Say,
I'm good at pretending like shit didn't happen in this.
I like-
Literally, because you're in the bathroom. Shit did
Yeah.
happen.
Shit
Hey.
did
what you
happen.
do is stop right there. This is my no-no square, and the no-no square is the stall.
Or if somebody, seriously though, if somebody did, just have the stupid image of somebody standing outside the bathroom stall, they're like, you want a red cape or a blue cape?
How about no?
Actually, I wouldn't even answer it. I'd be like, they clearly have to be talking to somebody else.
Housekeeping.
Are we at Dragon Con right now? Because this is really awkward.
Yes. Of course we are.
Hey, you want a cloak or a cape?
You're like, damn it, these genderless bathrooms.
Unisex bathrooms.
What is
Fuck.
ghosting?
I mean, seriously, what would you do though if somebody came up to like a bathroom stall you're in and they're just like, hey, red or blue?
I would just say no, thank you. I'd be like, no, thank you.
Throw poop at them. You're really in the prime spot for it. Exactly.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
That one.
That would be hilarious if you're like, okay, you just picture so stupid. I guess I'm laughing. Like they're just standing there and all of a sudden a gorilla pops out and just
Ooh, ah, 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 ah.
It turns out it's just some like bathroom attendant. Dude, I was just asking.
oh
Really
man,
wiping
I'm
shit off their
sorry.
forehead.
No,
You're
the real question you need to
disgusting.
ask is, do you wipe under or over, and do you use 2-ply? Those are the more important questions you need to ask.
Yeah.
Because 2-ply, I'm telling you, it's a cushion for your butt cheeks. And when a restaurant or bar doesn't have 2-ply there, I don't tip.
Oh.
No, I don't do that. I always tip. I just don't go back because
Yeah.
I don't want to wipe my butt with sandpaper.
Well, if you're drunk at that point and you know that you're going to be making the chocolate pudding at some point, it's not going to be good to have one ply.
Well, the problem is when I'm drunk, I just start smearing poop on the walls and and glyphs, so people think it's some shit demons haunting the
Somehow
bathroom.
we're going back to Lovecraft right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're rotating.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Okay.
We connect our episodes. They're all canonical somehow. Canonical.
Canonical.
Okay.
McGonagall.
McGonagall. Slytherin. Anyways.
Hey.
Oh my god. Somewhere a Pottermore head is like, oh my god.
Someone's having a fucking aneurysm.
Well, Sue Man too.
We
Okay.
also have the
The
Jamaican.
Jamaican?
Yeah, pretty much.
Jinminkin?
Yo, man.
Oh, the Dominican Jamaican.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. I totally... Whatever. It's fine. The Jamaican, roughly translated as dog with a human face, is typically said to have the stature of a medium-sized dog. So it's like a bigger pupper.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
not
Like,
bad.
Smaller than Riesling, but bigger than Gus.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
yeah.
Good
Yeah.
good context. I like it.
From a distance, and observer may mistake one for just an ordinary mangy stray dog. Yet on closer inspection, see that the dogs possess a human face.
Now, would you still pet the
Oh,
puppers?
fuck yes, it's a
Yeah.
pupper.
Yeah.
It's a pupper.
That's actually adorable.
And I'd feed it because he's mangy.
Yeah.
And then, like, he probably has gone through a lot. I mean, think about it. You probably could speak, like, your language and you've got a human face. You're like, God damn it, I got these 4 legs. I can't even poop standing up correctly. But I can pick my leg up and pee.
Once you approach them, they will tell you to leave them alone in a sing-song voice.
Leave me alone.
Pretty much.
I just pictured him grabbing a, leave us alone.
They are not much trouble and won't physically harm you, though sometimes when you talk to them, they will insult you and run off.
Okay, like half of my friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clearly the most petty of Japanese cryptids, and I really want to own one.
That's
Yeah.
actually adorable.
Because I want to take him to a bar, and like girls that I've hooked up with before will come up to me and try to talk, and he'll just call them like a whore or something, and just go
Like,
away.
he's like your wingman.
Exactly. Oh, the opposite.
Oh,
of
your
wingman.
opposite
He'd
of
be
your
like,
wingman.
get your peanut butter coochie out of here. Just be like, did you? And Bobby's like, no.
Did you bring
No.
me a dog biscuit? Because your face looks like one.
Oh,
Sup, bitch?
Wow.
Your face looks like the shit I took this morning.
Hey.
Would you like red or blue paper? With
Like, you just walk up, the fucking Dominican's wearing a fucking red cloak. What do you do? Is this?
He's still petting.
Is this?
Oh, that's adorable. He's cosplaying.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so cute. Kawaii.
I hate all of you. Sightings range from the early Edo period, to the modern day, because even old-time people love some puppers.
I
You're
love puppers. That would
Love
be
the
like,
puppers.
that's like the best kind of cryptid because you're not scared of him. All he does is just insult how you look
Yeah, he
and
just-
like it wants to be left alone. That's like me.
He mildly inconveniences you and gets slightly annoyed.
I know. He's just literally slightly a slight introvert and asocial. That's like the best kind of cryptid.
Bigfoot's kind of antisocial.
Bigfoot could probably rip your face off though, and mind speak with you. At least this one, like, he actually just talks to you. I want you to think about that while you're on the toilet before the red and blue paper question comes up.
the red blue crayon.
Crayons.
Red, blue crayon.
He's just a crayon.
Oh my God, that Asian myth is just Morpheus asking if you want the red or blue pill. That's hilarious.
Well, I'm a red pillar, so
All right.
So Becky, you've got some spoopy stuff. That
I
you-
got lots of spoofy stuff.
you goddamn right. 3 fucking pages of notes are like the worst.
The first thing I have is the Kuchisaki Onna,
Gucci?
which is the slit mouth woman. Anyways, so she is a malevolent figure in Japanese urban legend and folklore.
Yeah.
And she embodies that of a woman with a partially hidden face with either a mask or an object and carries some sort of sharp instrument.
Now, if she's literally walking around in a mask with a sharp instrument like Phantom of the fucking like psychotic opera, who's gonna get close to her?
Well, okay, so this is how it goes. According to legend, the slit mouth woman was once a beautiful woman who was mutilated during her life, with her mouth being slit ear to ear. Some stories call for her being an adulterous wife or a concubine because that's how it has to work.
What's a concubine?
It's
Not a wife, but a sex slave.
yeah,
Oh.
and of a samurai during her life. And as punishment for her infidelity, her husband sliced the corners of her mouth from ear to ear. Although other versions also have her having a botched up medical or dental procedure, which that would be a seriously big fuck up with loads of lawsuits to follow if that was the case. Mutilated by a woman who is jealous of her beauty, or that her mouth is filled with numerous sharp teeth.
There are pictures of all of these examples.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're all equally terrifying.
They made like a film series about her in Japan.
They
Like,
did.
Yeah, it's like
Wait,
Freddy
she's not
Krueger.
the lady who lost her baby?
No.
No, that's La Llorona.
That's La Llorona.
No, the Asian woman.
Oh, there's
The
one.
one who's like, where's my baby? Remember that web comic?
She's Aretha Franklin. Where's my baby? Where's my baby?
Hey,
Oh, and then
That's a
she's
South
the
Korean
twitchy
urban legend.
Okay. Twitchy.
same thing.
Anyways, According to popular legend, she will ask potential victims if they think she's attractive. If the individual responds with no, they are immediately killed with her weapon.
Oh, makes sense.
If they respond with yes, she will reveal the slit of her mouth and repeat her question because it's a woman.
Yeah.
So here we go. If then responded with no, she'd kill you. If then responded with yes, she will cut the corners of their mouth so that they can enjoy her disfigurement because obviously she's beautiful. She wants you to be as beautiful as she is.
Does she get head afterwards?
God, can you?
No, it'd be great because she can like unhinge and like put your whole fucking lower half of your body in there. The ultimate blowjob.
It's vor porn.
No, vor porn's when you actually eat them. She's not eating me.
okay.
She's just giving me really good head.
Well, okay, Bobby.
This
Unlike
is not
most
PG.
people,
This is not PG anymore.
this is how you survive because clearly being affirmative either way is not the right way to handle things like America does. Fuck yeah. Anyways, you can answer her question by saying her looks are average. Hey, that's kind of middle of the road.
Yeah.
You can distract her with money and candy, which would work for me. You can also say something to confuse her and run away, which my favorite example would be to say there's a large pineapple chasing Godzilla. Hello, that's
I'm
confusing.
distracted too.
Oh, I got one.
Okay,
Stolen
what?
from BuzzFeed. Choo-choo pickle pie.
Choo-choo pickle pie. Every time they say on BuzzFeed Unsolved.
I know.
Okay, yeah. Well, to explain it to the audience, they'll say choo-choo pickle pie, and that is really funny.
Yeah. I'll believe in ghosts if it says choo-choo pickle pie. That's what you want to say to the devil?
I just like that the first answer is just to say you kind of look average, actually. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
well,
I'd swipe left on you if you were on Tinder.
me and Angie are like, which one's...
No, but I'm pretty sure she knows what that means, Bobby. She'd be like, really? Okay, that's a no. So dead.
No, it's not. I mean, I'd still fuck you. If I have a choice between fucking you and fucking the next girl on Tinder, I'm gonna fuck the next girl. I'm sorry.
So you reject her, which is literally what she says.
'Cause I'll still fuck her. I just if I have another
so you
option.
said yes to her, so you're getting your dick cut off.
Either way,
How about instead you just close the app,
I'm getting
open Pokemon Go?
I'm getting my
Catch a
penis
Pikachu.
touched
And then
regardless.
she's just there like, on Pokemon Go, waiting for you to throw a ball and catch
Use a
her.
fucking Ultra Ball to catch her. What the fucking Pinap Berry, bitch! I'm evolving
It's
you.
a pineapple chasing
Yeah,
Godzilla.
we're gonna make sure we get a bunch of your candy so we can evolve you as quickly as possible. Anyways, so
The
this
boss
myth has
bitch.
been around for a long time, since the Edo period of Japan. And funny enough, although mass hysteria broke out around 1979 when the story regarding the slit mouth woman appeared in different print magazines, it was so bad that some children had to be walked home by their parents or teachers because of their fear of the slit mouth
They
woman.
fucking should be already. They're kids.
It is a scary story, though. I mean, how would you feel, especially in like an area of like Japan where everybody wears those like medical masks because they're scared of getting sick? You just think if some woman just walked up to you, be like, "Am I beautiful?" You're just like,
Are you drunk?
But okay, so I got a question for both of you though.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a Japanese urban legend. What if she comes up to you and says it in Japanese, but you don't understand what she's saying?
You can. You're allowed to because when Japanese people talk, there are automatically subtitles underneath.
You think you broke Angie? Like, she's not even making eye contact with you right now.
That's how it works.
17 IQ points from that.
That's how it works.
And
Or
I
you,
just pictured like they're walking around with like the thought bubbles over their head.
or you talk about Google Translate. Duh.
Oh yeah.
Like that thing you put in your ear and it translates for you.
Oh,
Those are really cool.
Yeah, they had that in what was that movie? A Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Yeah.
Galaxy, the little fish thingy.
All right. So there's also been a lot of live action films, manga, anime, and video games about the slit mouth woman. She shows up in Pompoko by Studio Ghibli.
Is that the pig one?
No, that's Porco Rosso.
What's Pompoko?
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Angie, what's Pompoko? God damn it.
She's mentioned in the
A cheerleader that pokes you.
Ooh.
Poco.
Like Lollipop Chainsaw?
Yeah.
Daddy.
She's also mentioned in the Japanese version of The Ring. And there's a bunch of movies about her because that shit is scary. And the best thing that it's inspired by is, or she has inspired, is Abitsu.
What's a Bitsu?
It's like the best, like one of the best horror mangas. So Bitsu is a schoolgirl who's like sitting in a bunch of near dumpsters, and she has this umbrella, and she'll ask, "Are you my sibling?" If you answer yes, then she's gonna like stalk you and then end up killing you or your sibling.
Because if you say yes, then she kills your sibling. If you say no, she kills you.
So kind of a similar idea with like safety scissors. Not safety scissors. That would be really hard to kill.
That'd be really fucking painful. Because he'd be like, the first couple stabs don't do shit, but then starts slowly digging. I'm good. Fuck that. I'm into some weird shit, but not that. That hurts.
I read this thing once that said that these urban legends are to teach, especially the women in Asian countries, to never say yes or no or be definitive, but always maintain just a calm, gentle,
like a diplomatic
demeanor to not actually have an opinion.
Which
So
is
that
funny.
was interesting.
Which is funny because for us, it's like you need to make up. Like we want to go out to eat. Somebody say, "Goddamn, yes or no." Come on, man.
Oh, I came up with an idea. Solve that. So you ask him, like, where do you want to go eat? And he goes, I don't know. And you say, guess what restaurant's in my head? And whatever she says, you go there. So it always makes her happy.
We'll be like, guess where we're going for dinner?
Yeah,
And then
something like
she's
that.
Blah blah.
Yeah.
Doesn't work with Becky.
It didn't work for you either.
Don't work.
Shut up, Cleveland Browns.
So I'm like, wherever you would like to go.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious. What's in your mind?
Okay, question. Who makes the sandwiches?
Both of us.
Yeah.
It's fair. I wouldn't know I'm lonely and single. I'm going to go cry myself when I get home. So.
All right. Well, speaking of lonely and single, Hamuro Mansion. Actually, that actually does segue kind of well to this. Anyways, it's a Japanese urban legend about the dark history of a haunted house and the horrible murders that occurred there. The video game Fatal Frame was inspired by this story, which is allegedly a true story, although no one actually knows location of the mansion, whether it even existed. According to legend, Hamuro Mansion is a large traditional-style Japanese house located somewhere on the outskirts of Tokyo. The house became famous for being the site of the worst mass murder in history of Japan. The Hamuro family participated in a specific enigmatic Shinto ritual dubbed the Strangling Ritual, which was used to seal off bad karma from the earth. The karma chameleon. The karma, called malice, would emerge on a specific date near the end of the year from a portal in the mansion's courtyard. In order to prevent this, a maiden chosen at birth and isolated from the outside world was to be raised as a sort of sacrificial lamb. This was done to prevent her, the rope shrine maiden, from developing any ties to the outside world, which would ruin the ritual. So here's...
Is this a fucking video game?
No. This is the legend.
This sounds like a video game.
Okay. That's what I'm going to get to at the very end. Before the strangling ritual, another maiden would be chosen to perform the blind demon ritual. Tied down, her face would be forced upon a wooden mask with spikes where its eye holes should be. The relation of this practice to the main strangling ritual is not known, but appears to be necessary for the latter to be successful. After the proper time has passed for the rope shrine maiden and the day of the strangling ritual comes, the rope shrine maiden is bound by ropes on her ankles, wrists, and neck. The ropes are then tied to a team of oxen, which...
let's not read the rest of that, please.
No, we're going to read it. Let's go. Which proceed to pull away from each other and the girl's body, wrenching her limbs from her body. It is not known whether she is dead before her limbs are severed. However, it seems logical that the rope around her neck would suffocate her, although she would be in excruciating pain until her neck broke or all of the air expelled from her body. The ropes used to bind her appendages would then be soaked in her blood, crisscrossed to the gateway of malice. Thus, the portal would be sealed for approximately 75 years before the ritual had to be repeated again.
Becky, we were having a good time.
How is that a strangling ritual? The rope around her neck?
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah. Then why?
Do I wrench her limbs, I guess, for the blood?
Yeah.
You know that you can just fucking withdraw it with needles and shit, right?
Get her woman's blood.
See, the Japanese are
She is a virgin.
The Japanese are real good at making like video games and TVs and shit, but everything else they're fucking stupid at. I swear to God.
Well, for generations, this tradition had been passed down through the Hamuro family. The family master, the head of the household, usually a man, always oversaw the proceedings, doing tasks such as tying the ropes and blinding the blind demon himself. He was assisted by the headless priests, usually holy men of the neighborhood or relatives, who would hold the maiden still and chant any incantations or words that would be said to make the ritual legitimate. The family master was a man of honor, which was and still is typical in Japan. However, the honor of the family master led to disaster. During the last recorded strangling ritual, it is said that the rope shrine maiden caught sight of a man outside the mansion several days before she was to perform it, and she fell in love with him instantly, and her newfound tie to earth tainted her blood and spirit, and the ritual and her sacrifice failed miserably. The master learned that what had happened and lost his sanity. He went on a rampage throughout the mansion, murdering his family members, the priest, and any unfortunate soul who had been visiting him at this time. Shamed because of his failure to prevent the calamity, he fell upon his own katana, committing suicide, and then the Hamuro family and the rituals are now dead. Here's the thing, though. There's a lot of people who have come forward and said that they've gone to this location and experienced some spooky shit. But a lot of people believe it's actually an American urban legend that was created to promote Fatal Frame because there was never any existence of it.
It doesn't sound quite Japanesey enough.
It doesn't have that like diplomatic like thing about that is like full carnage.
Yeah, they'd be like eating sushi off the body and stuff.
Yeah.
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 But I mean, there is a lot of like, there's no a alleged recorded history of its existence to this like ritual or anything like that until Fatal Frame was
Oh, yeah,
created.
then it's fucking fake.
But a lot of people do say they have found this mansion and that there are pictures of it online that you can look at.
Where's the mansion that I want to go?
It's located somewhere on the outskirts of Tokyo.
Let's go. Let's go have a sleepover.
I did want to write like a story where people are like looking for it, they find it, and then they get murdered. I mean, that's how it should go, right?
One should live.
Oh, we gotta go.
You want to go?
Yes, I want to go.
I want to go see where the tentacle porn's made.
I mean, that's just Japan in general.
I know.
There's got to be something about the demon-faced girl. Demon mask girl. The demon girl.
Oh, maybe I should wear it on my butt, and then she'll put her face near it.
Bobby, you are getting desperate, aren't you?
Kinda.
He just wants some analingus, Becky. Leave him alone.
I just want some fucking female touching, for Christ's sake. It's been months.
Speaking of analingus, the girl from The Gap.
Ooh, baby.
It was actually pretty
The
good.
Gagunga Gap.
Oh, yes. So this one is a pretty simple story. You know that small gap between your dresser and the wall or between your bed and the floor.
I never look at the gap,
Well,
ever.
don't look because there's a pair of eyes staring back at you.
There's something evil there.
Oh,
Everybody knows
nice.
that.
And if you look there, you're most likely dead.
And sometimes it's a cat and they swat you because cats.
Well, let me tell you what happens. The first time you see the girl looking at you from the small gap, she'll ask you if you want to play hide and seek. If you don't really have a choice. Even if you say no, you're still locked into the game, which isn't so much of a game as it is don't ever look in the corner ever again. Because otherwise you're off to hell.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wait, so it's okay to talk about people getting ripped in half, but God forbid we go into more in depth about this.
There's like no Okay, so literally,
This is why the Humira Mansion was so unusual too. It had a lot of detail.
yeah.
A lot of detail.
Well, there's like I said in the notes, there's not a lot of information regarding this urban legend, so there's not much more to delve into other than that it's fucking terrifying. The Grudge Girl lives there.
Y'all ready for some weird shit?
Let's get weird.
Y'all ready for this? Dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun.
Y'all
dun,
ready
dun,
for
dun,
this?
Copyright
dun.
struck.
No,
Anyways.
are we? Can we really get copyright strike for just saying it?
No, Becky's being weird.
I just like to say it. It's funny.
Stupid lawyerese.
YouTube. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to get the absurd ones.
Sure.
And this one is called The Cursed Kleenex. Yeah, that's true. It's a commercial in Japan.
Okay, here we go.
I'm
So
down.
in 85, Japanese television viewers began complaining extensively about a Kleenex tissue commercial they found to be extremely unsettling. The commercial featured a strange and grumpy red demon child sitting on a bale of hay while a young woman attempted to tear it up while a floating tissue, all to the tune of Jane and Barton's 1983 song, It's a Fine Day. When the campaign actually moved tissues in Japan is unknown. What is known is that it did not move Japanese viewers to call for the commercial to be taken off the air.
Interesting.
According to The Thing, the curse of the Kleenex commercial began with the crew. The cameraman was said to have been burned to death in a bizarre sauna malfunction that sounds like it came from Final Destination.
What the fuck? All because of a Kleenex?
Yeah, like it lobstered him. You know that commercial where the lobster's like, yeah, I ran away from this dude and you can save insurance and da-da-da.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. I mean, he was lobsterified. And then there's this saying that by the time it aired, like the entire crew had been killed in bizarre and accidental manners.
That's terrifying.
But they had why would you have the red demon child sitting on a bale of hay?
Because they had gone to the bathroom and he was sitting outside their bathroom stall.
Red or blue?
We'll go with red.
Hey, you know what? It's a hard life out there. Demons need work too sometimes.
Oh, Devil is
By
a
the
part-timer.
way,
Yep.
there is the commercial up if y'all want to watch it.
No, thank
No,
you.
I'm
I'm
good.
good.
Just saying.
Let's watch the commercial while singing that stupid fucking poem. And this way our heads explode.
Now,
Yeah.
wait. So if anybody watches this commercial, they all die too? Is it like reading this poem and then we die? Like, what's happening? What happens with this cursed commercial if we watch it?
Well, you probably die.
Good.
So let's not watch it until the Falcons lose another Super Bowl.
Okay, so never. Okay.
Okay. There you go. Smart
We're
answer.
safe for life.
All of a sudden, you see like Bobby sitting there reading the Tomino's Hell. I almost said Tostitos Hell. Tostitos Hell poem while watching this commercial, and then while the Falcons are like running back and running a touchdown in for like a Super Bowl win.
I'm like, well, it's time to watch it.
Yeah, fair
Got an
enough.
honorable Sudoku.
And you know how Bobby has this fear of bad hair products? Well, in South Korea, there's the sesame seed skin cream.
Oh.
So what it is this girl was super like narcissistic about her skin and worried
Sure.
about the health of it. So she got this new treatment. And what it is you soak sesame seeds and you rub them. Okay, apparently I didn't mute my phone. I apologize. And you rub it onto your face. And so she did that, and after a couple of hours, like, her mom noticed she hadn't come out of the bathroom. So she'd knock, and the girl would always say, "In a minute, just a minute." So finally, the mom, like, busts in the bathroom, and the girl is on the floor, and there's sesame seed roots popping out of her face.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
like
she's sprouting.
that's actually potent.
That's like the shit, like when your parents told you were a kid and like, you ate like seeds and stuff, it grew in your belly.
Yeah. Well, and the girl started, like, digging it out with a toothpick, so her skin was left completely pockmarked and blemished. And I'm sure you've seen those pictures of the lady with all the holes in her face.
Yeah.
That's the sesame seed
That's
lady.
from the meth.
oh my
Yeah.
God.
I thought it was gonna. I thought that the mom was gonna bust in, the girl turned into a fucking bagel.
Oh my God.
So I feel like this one was inspired by the blue and red
Okay.
visiting you in a bathroom, and the only way to get out of there is become a monkey and throw poo.
Yeah.
So the monkey man from India, that's probably how he evolved.
Oh.
But he's like 4.5 foot tall. Its name suggests he's half man, half monkey, and covered entirely in black fur. Others believe him to be an ordinary man wearing a fur coat and metal claws.
He's not ordering through that fucking short. You're a dwarf, son.
Listen, Wolverine.
True.
But, like, since he was first sighted, and this was, like, back in 2001, like, 15 people have been bitten and scratched by him. And there's no
Wow.
suspects. Like, they really think that this thing's out there.
Yeah,
That's an urban legend.
Oh, okay. So you know, the thing is, like, we got 98% of cryptids actually are negative cryptids. And then you get the one guy, little human faced dog that just wants to mildly insult you.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of sad.
I'd really like that. This one actually kind of scared me. It's called the Midnight Bus, and it's in China.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
this one wasn't, like, absurd like the Kleenex and the sesame seed, but as the legend goes, a driver, a conductor, and 4 passengers, a young couple, an old woman, and a young man were riding on bus 375 at night. During the ride, bus picked up the 2 men and were holding a young man up by his shoulders. They took a seat at the back of the bus and sat there in silence. The old woman was immediately disturbed by the 3 men and kept looking back at them. After a few stops, the young couple got off, leaving the driver, conductor, and young man, old woman, and 3 new passengers on the bus. The old woman suddenly jumped up and began yelling at the young man, accusing him of wanting to steal her purse. The young man, confused, began arguing back. Their exchange became so heated that old woman demanded the bus pull over so she could take the young man to the police. The driver obliged and pulled over so the young man and old woman could depart. Once outside, the old woman apologized and explained that she was certain that 2 of the 3 men who had gotten on the bus were ghosts, and that they were about to do something horrible to the bus. Sure enough, the next morning the bus was found submerged in a reservoir. Inside the bus, they found the decomposing bodies of the driver, the conductor, and an unidentified man.
God damn.
Oh, damn.
Like, that's scary. Because remember, they were holding one guy up by the shoulders.
Yeah.
So that's probably the guy. And maybe they were using him to leech his life force out.
That kind of reminds me of the American urban legend about the lady who pulls into the gas station and then you get, or not pull into the gas station, or
Oh, and they call the scene, it's like there's somebody in the back of your car.
yes, there's
Oh, the
somebody
whole,
there.
the whole high beams thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
where you have a trucker that's like
Yeah.
trying to run you off the road, and it's like we
Yeah.
weren't trying to run you off the road. There was somebody in the
We
back
saw
of your
somebody in
car.
the back of your car, and then she looks, and sure enough, there was like somebody waiting to kill her in the back of the car. This one is probably the weirdest one I've come across. It was from the Philippines. It's called Don Simeon Bernardo's tomb. So before his death in 1934, he had a statue carved depicting Satan triumphing over Archangel Michael. Upon his death, he instructed his children to place the statue in his tomb. He also insisted that a tablet be placed next to the statue proclaiming Satan's dominion over man and earth.
Okay.
Those who live near the statue have claimed that it grows in size every year. It is also said to haunt anyone who hangs around the cemetery at night. Years later, an iron cage was placed around the statue in an attempt to protect local residents and visitors. Now that's some fucked up shit. That he had that depicting it, and I read this other thing that said sometimes Archangel Michael appears to grow more than Satan, like they're waging this battle, and these statues represent it. But one of them said that the statue has grown so much, like his wing is starting to like open the door. That's actually why they had to put the fence up, because
You don't want the chicken out?
Huh?
You don't want that chicken out?
no,
I wonder. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
red or blue, like
I wonder if they're like having like a thumb war. You know, it didn't say what kind of war they're having. It could be a thumb war. That shit gets intense.
or like rock paper scissors.
Oh yeah, they keep tying.
Well, that, a lot of Japanese urban legends also involve scissors, so it's very possible.
So lesbians.
I was gonna say scissoring.
Have you seen that meme? And they're like, these 2 girls are fighting over a guy, and they're like, let's settle this with rock, paper, scissors. And they both throw scissors, and then they get married and leave him.
That is so good. But yes,
It's the most wholesome.
I will find just to talk a little bit about these urban legends, I don't know. I think they're a lot scarier than American urban
Do you
legends.
need a Kleenex?
Well, no, definitely not. Need some 2-ply and don't ask for red or blue. That's what's going to happen.
I want purple.
And be sure to pet all the puppers, even if they're sarcastic little twats.
Nice. But, I mean,
No, they're not little. Remember, they're medium-sized
Oh,
doggos.
medium size. Yeah.
Medium-sized
But you
dogs.
notice with like a lot of these Japanese or like Asian urban legends in general, they involve the supernatural more so. Because if you think about a lot of American urban legends, a lot of it is like serial killers or
People
crazy,
are scary.
yeah, crazy people that have escaped like mental asylums.
Yeah,
and stuff
Americans
like
are
that.
fucking nuts.
Well, and I guess those are scary
Or are we just more realistic?
Mix of both.
or more like less spiritual than like.
Have you met the alt-right?
Oh, that's true. But I mean, if you think about old school urban legends as it is, I mean, a lot of those. Well, I mean, if you like compare Bloody Mary, that's really the only spiritual one I can think of.
That's about periods, right? That's like a use of
No,
periods.
that one's a lot scary. Have you ever tried to play Bloody Mary?
No, why would I?
Because you could live dangerously.
You know, Becky, there's a lot of paranormal urban legends, like the Three Kings and stuff.
But those are like creepy
Hide
pastas
and
that
go
have come
seek.
up recently.
That's still an urban legend.
I know.
Yeah.
The internet urban legends are scarier too, though.
True.
Because, I mean, anybody could post shit on the internet at this point.
I do all the time. I have an alias and everything. You'll never guess who I am.
Bee swoosh.
Nope.
Pompadour.
Johnny Bravo.
Nope.
Did you see Bobby won second place?
I
I
did.
did. I got second place at the costume contest last night. That $15 bar credit, I used it all up too.
To be fair, at a bar, that's like a beer.
No, not a Big Daddy's girl. That's like fucking. I got 7 shots of that.
Wow.
Yeah, $2 shots.
Shot,
Yeah.
shot,
Them
shot.
$2 watermelon whiskey shots. Only 30%
Everybody.
alcohol content, but when you drink 7 of them, it's 210%.
And that's why I'm
Boom.
sure you're going to probably run into the bathroom ghost before any of us ever will.
No, I'll be fine. I can fight.
Bobby, your math is a little off.
No, to 7 shots.
Times 3?
Yeah, no, but 30%. That's why I did
Oh,
210.
30.
30%, not 30%.
Oh, I thought you said
30%. No,
Okay.
30%.
Yeah.
I'm smart being sometimes.
Yeah. No, Bobby, you said 3.
I'm
And I'm going to edit it. I'm going to go back and be like, 30.
Thanks. Fuck you.
3. He said 3.
Sure.
I even
Whatever.
said I'm going to edit it as 30. I
That's-
give up.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
I got like cute. I took pictures of a lot of cute girls because of that costume, so I'll take it.
Okay.
Too bad they're all fucking married.
Mm.
God hates me, and it's fine.
So they're just bank deposits. Cha-ching.
Essentially, and they have kids too.
Oh, ew.
I know.
Well,
One of them still looked really good though, for like pushing like 3 kids. I was like, God damn, girl, you look good. But her husband was right there. I'm like, I just said it in my head instead of out loud.
Peanut butter vagina. That's what that means.
well, that's a great way to end this episode, I feel.
Hey Becky, where can they find us?
Not the chunky peanut butter.
not
can-
peanut butter aisle of the store.
You can find us on Facebook at the
And
Free Rotation
Spotify.
Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at the. I hope you make that the outro as the peanut butter vagina thing. You can find us on Twitter at the Free Rotation. You can find us on YouTube and Twitch at the Free Rotation, and we also have a website at thefreerotation.com. We are affiliates of Weeby Geeks PC. Check out other great podcasts at weebygeekspc.com. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, not SoundCloud. Check us out wherever you can find your podcasts.
Viewers, I have a debate for you.
Viewers or listeners?
Whatever. Listen. Well, no, they view us on
Yes.
YouTube.
Yeah, viewers / listeners.
Sure. What would win in a fight? Chunky peanut butter vagina or choo choo pickle pie? Let us know, and I'll dress up as it.
And that is the last episode we ever recorded this podcast. Goodbye.
King?
Is it a really long red or blue?